Hello there, welcome back. Tonight on the kitchen table we're going to be talking about my my new aircraft that's been added to the hangar here, which is currently my understair cupboard for the one person who asked where I keep the aircraft under the stairs. But before we go any further, just a shout out to the people who made Skipping Bale, this Barossa blend from Australia. It's very, very nice indeed. Little plug for them and the excellent label. So cheers. That is very good. So tonight it's going to be a look at my P2 with the H3-3D gimbal and my FPV setup. I've had lots of people asking me what the setup is, back there for getting the images from here to here. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to talk about the P2 itself. It's very familiar if you've got a Vision already or a Vision Plus. Everything here is the same. The only difference, of course, is this has a 2.4 gig control frequency, whereas the Vision has 5.8 for the reason that it uses Wi-Fi 2.4 for its FPV. But the aircraft, now the airframe, the P2 is very well known, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's more how I've got my kit sorted out. So let's have a look at what we're doing at this end first. Based on some recommendations, I bought a Black Pearl 7-inch monitor with built-in diversity receivers. Basically means it's got two receivers and it will flip between them automatically to whichever one has got the best, strongest signal. It's really light, it's rechargeable, it's bright enough. It comes with a sunshade that you can build, folds flat as well, which is very good for putting in the flight case, and I really like it. It's remarkably light. This mount is fantastic. This was a recommendation to me as well from a company called Rave Creative. I'll put a link to them down there. But it's 3D printed. It's beautifully balanced. It fits. It's specifically for the DJI transmitter, of course. And it's so well balanced that the first time I went out, I forgot my neck strap, and I was doing, one-handed hand landing, catching the thing and being able to throttle down with my left hand, and it's absolutely fine. It's a really nice setup, really well weighted. Recommend that a lot, and I'll probably do a separate review actually on the Black Pearl and talk you through the options that you can do. I mean, it's got HDMI in, it's got AV out from the receivers separately. If you're running a double system, it's even got a DC out, so you can power something else from its internal battery if you're running, say, a DVR or something. Very nice. Recommend that. If you've seen the flight test videos that I've done, then you'll know that the quality that I'm getting in terms of stability has been fantastic, both in sort of average calm wind conditions and some blustery stuff as well. If you haven't seen them, by the way, I'll put a link here and here somewhere if you want to click those if you've not seen them. From the write-ups on those videos, from the descriptions, you'll know that this is completely stock. This is all the dampers as it came with. I haven't messed with any settings. I haven't gone into the gimbal setup in any detail. I've literally put it together and taken it out and taken some video in 1080p 24 frames, and it's been pretty good if you ask me. But a lot of people have been asking me what I've been doing on the FPV side and the setup underneath. So let's tilt this up and show you. So here's the gimbal. This is a new model P2. The only difference is that it's already got the cutout in there to house the third axis motor. You can see there. That's already been sort of done. I didn't need to put any extra plates on or anything like that. So this is a no messing about installation. And then what I've got on the back here is basically all DJI. The reason for that, and it's not the lightest or most elegant solution, and I've been collecting these parts over a little period of time, knowing that I probably want to stick them on the F450. But this guy's come along, so I'm going to use them, and so far it's working fine. So what I've got on the back here is the DJI IOS-D Mark II, not the Mini. This is the big boy. So, you know, if you see there, it's quite wide. This is the one with built-in telemetry recording and all sorts of bits and pieces. And it's obviously heavier than the Mini, but you know, it sits on there quite nicely. This is the DJI AVL58 video transmitter, and this little beauty here, this little board, is the Fpv Hub. I don't know if you can see, that's just been stuck on with it comes with loads of 3M sticky pads, which is quite good. This is all stuck with those sticky pads. And this board comes in, and with that, if you have DJI equipment, it's a no solder. You've got the cable coming out of the aircraft goes into here, cable coming out the gimbal goes into here, the transmitter goes into here, and the IOS-D, either Mini or Mark II, goes in there. Click, 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 done. No soldering. It took me less than 10 minutes and it worked first time. Really impressed with that. If you don't have a DJI video transmitter, you get a cable which basically has the bare ends that you can solder, and it tells you which of these you need to solder onto which in your transmitter. So you can still, you don't have to do a bit of fiddling here, but you'll still be able to just plug it straight in. What I think that's fantastic for is, like in my situation, I probably might change this for a Mini, IOS-D Mini, in which case I just unplug, I unstick, replace it with the other kit, and then stick this back in. No unsoldering to do or anything like that. That was fab. For somebody like me who's new to soldering and new to the sort of separate world of FPV as opposed to everything that comes in one package with the Vision, that was awesome. So yeah, the AVL58, it's a bit of a chunky beast. It weighs over 35 grams. But it works fine. It talked to the screen. I think it's band E on the Black Pearl, brought it up beautifully. The image is fine. The only slight thing I've got with it is that the stock antenna is a bit mean, and you know, you can see at this angle, for example, if I'm tilting into the wind there, basically most of the gimbal, all of this gear and the airframe is between me and the monitor if I'm over there, and so at certain orientations I'm getting interference. What I'm going to have a play about with is from Horizon FPV Antennas. I had the kit for the Vision, which included a 5.8 skew planar antenna, which happens to have absolutely the right connector to attach on there, and that gives me a lot more clearance down here. It's about a mil off the ground, if that, and I'm going to try that. If not, I'm going to have a word with Will and see what he recommends, as I've had good success with his antennas, what he recommends fitting here, and also maybe to replace one or both of those for... I'm not after monster range, I'm after sort of quality out to about 1,000 meters. But yeah, the video has been great. The setup for me as a novice to, as I said, as a novice to kind of this experience has been really, really nice. I'm very pleased with it so far indeed. People have asked me, oh, does that mean the Vision is no more and getting rid of it, or it's going to gather dust? And do you know what? No, I'll probably use them both equally, but for different reasons. The Vision is a really great, throw it in the back of the car, arrive where you are, pop out your smartphone, go. This is a bit more fiddling. I've got to set up the monitor a little bit, get antennas on. It's just not quite as ready to go. You know, it's 4 or 5 minutes longer to prep and get airborne with this, which if you're going for a kind of hour and a half session is neither here nor there. The other reason why the Vision won't gather dust is because this does not have remote shutter or remote camera control currently, which means with the Vision I really like the fact that if I want to do photos, I can really line it up, use the phone app, line up my photo, and then go snap, snap, maybe change the settings, snap again, take a video clip, go back to camera. I quite like that. And with the Rotopixel gimbal, you know, it's producing really sweet stills, and the video I still rate. It's not as stable as this now, because obviously we don't have this third axis yet. But when that comes, it'd be very interesting to do some head-to-head comparisons. I will either get somebody else to come and fly my Vision, or I'll get Tom in with some practice and he can fly it, and I'll fly this one next to it, and we'll see how we go. Do a direct comparison. But yeah, so far really impressed. Good image results. The FPV unit that I've put, which is not the most elegant solution, or the lightest, but it's working. And I'm learning as I go along, which is the important thing for the future. So yeah, as I say, I'll probably do a separate review of the screen later. I might also at the same time review the IOSD and what overlay you get as well, for people who are not aware of that. But it's a very nice piece of kit, and the footage I'm getting is some of the hover shots that I'm taking. If there's nothing moving in the video, no cars or birds flying, it looks like a still photo. It's that good, and set up by me as a newcomer to the whole game. So it's a big thumbs up. If there's anything you specifically want to know, just pop it in the comments. Other than that, as I say, as I learn more about it, I'll do a bit more of an in-depth review of the gimbal and what kind of adjustments you can make, a bit more of a review of the screen, and we'll take it from there. So, but for now, thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you next time on the kitchen table. Cheers.